Leo, hello, whoa, who are you? Okay. What are you doing? What are you attracting here? Wow. Okay. Let's see. I feel like there's this energy of everybody's going to want to know, who are you? Like, where did you come from? They've never seen anybody like you before. Um yeah, we're going to see about this. So, I just want to connect really quick, okay? Okay. So, of course, I'm going to pull Tarot and Oracle, but I want to talk about the messages I saw first. I saw a top hat, and top hats talk about wealth, power, and authority. So, this is the thing. You could be attracting somebody who's going to invest in you, somebody who's very wealthy. You see this in storylines a lot. Or there is a way that you're coming into this authority, this wealth. Okay. Um yeah, this is interesting. Okay, I saw a salmon. And salmon is like, a bear catches a salmon with their bare hands. And it's like, men go fishing to like feel like a man, connect to nature, like grab a fish by their bare hands. Whoa. Is this kind of energy. And then somebody wearing a top hat, it's very much so like this classy, elegant, not getting their hands dirty, not connected to the earth kind of energy. Whereas the salmon is like the heart of the earth. They're in there. They know nature. Drop them anywhere in the world, and with nothing but like a backpack, like this much water, 3 matches, one of them's broken, and like a butter knife, and they'll like they'll survive. They'll build like an eco lodge or something crazy. You know what I'm saying? It's like this is something here, right? But they, no table manners, no no book smarts or whatever, right? Okay. So there's something here about this. So you could be one of these, or I feel like there is a combining of these two things that is going to take off. And this could be a project that you're doing that you're going to combine this with. This could be a partnership that is going to happen. There could be an investor that's going to happen. It's going to be just different sides of yourself that you're going to incorporate, and it's going to just pour out into your life's purpose, and drastic change is going to happen because of this. Two opposing ways, this elegance and this like raw salt of the earthness, right, that are coming together, and we just love this combination. And it's kind of like just being boldly you, and like people that are very rich, very sophisticated, elegant, blah blah blah, whatever. They love that. They love this. They hate it, right? They don't want any part of it. But there's something here that this makes them feel something again. It's like in Queen Charlotte on Netflix. The king, he wants to be a farmer, and he is like farming, and he wants to be, because it's like he wants to connect again to that other side. So there's something here where maybe you would think somebody wouldn't want to connect to that side, but they do. And this could be groups of people. This could be something here where you're bringing something in, a component in, and only you do this. Everybody else is just selling you the elegant side, but you're mixing these two things. It's a whole other thing that you're inventing, that you're bringing forth. And this is what is I feel like it's the answer to your prayers. Yeah, there's some kind of a meeting here of like talking amongst things and figuring things out, and all of these pieces kind of like falling into place here, which this is really nice. And now I'm seeing like a mountain here, and beneath the mountain there is like where people live. At the foothills of this mountain there's a city. So there's kind of like the obstacle of a mountain is like, whoa, that is the wilderness. You're somewhere on a mountain, like good luck to you, you know, because things can go wrong out there and you're on a mountain. What are you going to do? Well, I don't know. Good luck. So it's like really a thing. And then there's like this city that is so, you know, a city. It's so not nature, you know, people, you know, it's like all concrete. There's no plants, but you look around and there is mountains, you know. And then I saw the comment. Okay, so the comment is talking about disruption. And here's the thing, being willing to disrupt something. And it's like someone who's like the head of a society and they're so sophisticated, but you're just bold and you're just yourself and you just say it and everyone's like, oh crap, they're about to kick you out. They're not going to want anything to do with your project, you know, like you're, you know, about to be taken to the dungeon. I don't know. And the person, they just open up and you see this whole other side of them that you never even knew. And then it's like they pick your project, you know, because you're daring to disrupt. Yeah. Because you're daring to disrupt. Because, yeah. That's very important. So we're going to see more about this. We're going to see more about this. Yeah. Okay, you have submission and generosity. This is very interesting. Yeah, there's something here where you're not gonna, don't be generous. Don't be generous with something. This is energy of, well, okay, I guess I will do this, you know, because everybody does this. This is a way that I should do this because everybody does this, but that is not being disruptive. You know? It's like, oh yeah, another person, you know, on you know, coming in here trying to sell me something here. This is like the Prince of Persia. Yeah. Now this is what they're showing me, the Prince of Persia. So in the Prince of Persia, you know, Jake Gyllenhaal's in that movie. It's a great movie. You should see it. But anyways, Jake Gyllenhaal, he is a kid and they're stealing to survive. They're like, you know, they're homeless. Okay, they're starving out there. And, you know, he's like 7 years old. Okay. And this guard like wants to cut off his hand. And he's like, tell me which one of your friends stole this. And he's not going to sell out his friends. He's loyal. And they're about to cut off his hand. And the king, he's like standing up for himself, the little boy. He's like telling him no, you know. And the king sees this and is like, whoa. You think the king would be against this little boy because he's stealing and he's talking back to the guards. But the king is like, wow, look at this bravery. So not just being submissive, not just submitting to this is how things are done, and not just being so generous and giving up. He didn't give up the information. You know, it's almost like this will happen as like an undercover boss type situation. And you just give up the information and they know, you know, because you're just going to follow like the herd. But you're not doing that. That's not who you are. And it's saying don't be tempted to do that. Don't be tempted to do that because there's something here that you have that's very special. And this is the mixture of raw nature and this wealth. And this is going to lead to so much fulfillment. It's going to lead to so many more doors open to you. And this is because you're going to be able to communicate to the elegant clients and also to the raw earth people. I don't know how else to describe this, but that's what I'm going to say. So it's like, you know, in the Elvis movie, they talked about this, and I guess Elvis did this for real. I don't know. But his manager was like, yeah, we sell I love Elvis t-shirts, and we also sell I hate Elvis t-shirts. You know? And so there's something here about things are getting into order here. You're getting something into order. After some kind of fulfillment, it's like, yeah, don't just celebrate and blah, blah, blah. Getting things in order, and how are you going to reinvest in yourself to keep expanding here? Yeah. This is really important. And this is something here about, this could be somebody who is going to offer you something, and they could live far away. This could cause you to move somewhere else. There's something here that, you know, a boat represents this exploration. It could be from anywhere in the world, and we have no idea what this is, because where you're coming from, you can't walk here. So you're completely, who are you? What's your culture? What are you bringing? It's out of this world, right? So you have to keep that essence of that. So this could be some kind of an investment, some kind of an opportunity. And there's like a way that this is going to be brought to order. This is going to bring a lot of order in your life, a lot of unanswered questions, because some of you could feel like, hey, what am I doing here? Why am I living here? What's happening? How is this all going to come together here? Yeah. So this has to do with allowing this all to unfold. It's kind of like knowing that love is coming for you and you're ready for love, you know, but you have to let it unfold, you know, and it can be career, it doesn't have to be love, but there is a restlessness and seduction. So when you're feeling restless because you want something to happen, this is because really, you have to look at this. Something happened and it reminded you of something. You saw a beautiful, happy couple with a baby. You want that, you don't have that. Whoa, this sparks something in you. Then later on, you're at home, you're feeling restless, you're not connecting this. But then you're very susceptible to being seduced, to being manipulated into letting go of your boundaries, not sticking to all the work that you have done, and allowing to do something that is pulling you back, right? And that can be with love or money. So don't be tempted there to fall in that. Yeah, look at this. No. This can be people that are trying to, this can be people who are trying to, they're trying to feel better. And the way that they're trying to feel better is to get you to not stick to the work you have done, and to being this new version of yourself that you now are. Are you kidding me? Authority, I'm telling you. This is, you know what this is giving? You can't be a prophet in your hometown. Okay? And all of these changes, and then you go back to your hometown and they're like, look at this kid. You know? Like, this kid used to believe that there were monsters under their bed. This kid, you know, used to steal flowers from the neighbor. Okay? You want to tell me about, you know what I'm saying? This is how people will try to put you. Yeah. Yeah. Authority with the hat here. It's like you're now having this authority. It's almost like your circus, your monkeys, but you're learning how to have this authority with these monkeys and say, hey, these aren't my monkeys. I'm done. And then you can take on the monkeys of the world, you know, because they're all going to come at you when you have this authority. But when you're sticking to it, no matter how you feel restless or what you're enticed by or, you know, feeling triggered by, you're still going to maintain this order within you. Yeah, it's like you've already learned this. There's just, it's coming at a grander scale, and then boom, you're here. And it's like, whoa. And this is what I'm saying. Look at this. Original achievement. Yeah, you're doing this. You're doing this. And this is so very important. Because the world is kind of like going crazy, but you're not. You're not going to turn and look at the world that's going crazy. And that is at any scale, the world. That can be your neighbor, that can be your family, that can be the whole world, that can be, you know, the financial world, you know, I don't know. But you're focusing here. Yeah. Wow. This is so freaking interesting. Your intuition is out of control. And this is going to guide you to adapt. And this is going to guide you to bring together the elegant and the raw earth, bringing it together. And you're making so much change when you're doing this. You're willing to disrupt. But you're willing to disrupt the world, but you're not going to be disrupted by the world within you. Yep. Yeah. You're willing to, but it's not, oh, I have to say this thing to disrupt everything. No. If you're kind of in a corner here, you will be willing to say what you need to say. You know, you'll be willing to pull your energy away. Yeah. There is a way that it's like everything attacks you, but then everything praises you. And this is like Albert Einstein. Okay. This is like Albert Einstein. Everybody thought he was, you know, not mentally all there. They thought he had, you know, he was brain dead. He failed school. Everybody thought he was a complete idiot. And actually he's a genius. So we're still talking about him today. So it's like, wow, Albert, good job. Good job believing in yourself, right? Okay, let's see. Two-handed cards. Lovers. Whoa. People try to weaponize the love that you have. The pure heart that you have, the love that you have, people try to weaponize that and get you to submit to things that are putting you in a cage. And they want to say, well, the cage door is open so you can leave whenever you want. Well, guess what? A bird doesn't want to go in a cage. Even if the door is open, even if the door is unlocked, I don't want to go in a cage and I don't have to. You're not saying that they have to go in a cage for you for anything. Door open or closed or whatever. So it's kind of like somebody wants you to do something where you'll be in a cage. But you don't want to do it. And you don't ask them to be in a cage for anything. So they're trying to manipulate you with love, though. It's a way that they're using it that has to do with love. Yeah. And you saying, hey, I'm new. I'm a new person now. I'm not that person anymore. You know, this is like Albert Einstein going back to his little village, wherever he grew up. And everyone's like calling him, oh, Albert, you're, you know, a butthead. You're stupid. I don't know, whatever they called him. His old nickname. And it's like, no. He leaves. I'm not staying here. Right? It says a changed you. They're expecting you to be generous. Yes. While they slander your name to your face, right? And then they expect you to just take it and then give to them on top of that as well. No. That's what this is. That's what this feels like. And you're not doing it. You're not doing it anymore. Yeah, because you have changed. And look at this. You have the whole world before you. This is Taylor Swift's song. And she sings, I can go anywhere I want, just not home. And she can. She can go anywhere in the world that she wants, but she cannot go home again. And this could be talking about a lot of things. I don't know, but it could be talking about how being a celebrity of that status, she can't go back to just being a girl that like goes to Starbucks and, you know, hangs around the town and, you know, rides her bike through her neighborhood. It's like she can't do that anymore. It's different now. She can't go back to that, you know. And there could be a lot of reasons why, yeah, the whole world is open to you, but the home is not open to you. But I think it's coming to realize that that was never home. And actually you realizing the home that you can, the inner order where you can create a home within yourself. And so then when you do that, the world meets you and welcomes you, and you are at home wherever you go. And this is what you're doing. And very few people on this planet in this incarnation, you know, have done this. But you are doing this. And it requires maintenance. You have to maintain this. You have to keep this up. And in the beginning, it's a lot. And when the seasons change, it's a lot. But the day-to-day to it, once you get in a groove, it's easy, you know. And that's what this is talking about. This is what you're perfecting. Spirit wants to perfect you to perfect this before, and look at this moving again. You could be moving. There's something here where you're going to be spending your days somewhere else. And whether that actually means you living from the moving from the home you're living, or it's requiring some kind of travel, but there is going to be a different place you're going to be going. And it's not this village. He's leaving this behind. That's the thing. There are things that you're leaving behind, but where you're going, there is actual security, love, a home. You know, this stability that you wanted for so long, this achievement, you know, and this city, and this is out here in nature. You know, you can have kind of the best of both worlds in so many ways here. Yeah, but there are certain things that it's an absolute no, and that's it. That's it. With certain people, look at this. You're moving on. You're moving on to better. You deserve to have better. And it can feel very bittersweet to move on. Yeah. Very bittersweet to move on. But look, you're doing this. You're doing this. It's like Spirit wants you to keep going. There's something here about this is a collaboration. This is what I'm talking about with the top hat guy and the salmon guy. This is a collaboration that changes everything here. Wow. Wow. It's your originality, maintaining your originality, but mixing it with this new authority and the new you. Yeah. This is insane. This is the energy of can't go home, but the world is not your home now. The world knows your name, you know. There's something here that it's like a dream, you know, but this is going to be a gift from the universe. Yeah, and it's just like, well, maybe, you know. It's like this is the moment where Albert Einstein was like, hey, maybe I am smart. And the universe is like, yes, good job, keep going. Yes, you know, and a little gift. And so it keeps going in that direction, keeps going in that direction, and look what happened. This is what's happening here. But he had to block. There's people in his family that he never talked to again because they're going to call him a dummy. So, no, we can't have that. You can't have that. And I'm not saying literally you maybe need to block people, but there is a change here. This is the integration of the old you and the new you, and you're not going to go back and forth anymore. This is your destiny, and you're now saying, hey, I'm here, I'm ready. And the universe is like, yes, yes, we know you're ready. Let's do this. Wow. Okay, Leo, this is what I have for you. I hope this helped you. Okay, thank you so much. I love you so much. Also, I have a book. It's called One Light, and this is meant to keep your vibration high. And right before bed, if you read, you know, it has very powerful effects on changing your frequency, changing your vibration, so that you can have the life that you want, because that's what this is really about. You getting the life that you want. You deserve to have the life that you want. And also I have a book called One White Rose, and this is about girls, women in different lifetimes that are connecting to the divine feminine energy to heal, to transform their lives. And there is no amount of broken that you cannot heal yourself from. So this is related to that. So thank you